And then we will do a quick audio test to make sure I can hear both of us. If you could say something.
Testing. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me then? Can you what is going on with my thing here?
Yep. Okay. All right, so I can hear both of us. That's always good. All right. So, this week. You're still trying to pull it up?
Oh, I got it. I don't have it in the big mode that I'm trying. Is what I'm trying to do. One of them is, but I don't know why the rest are not. Why aren't you doing this the way I want you to do it?
Because I started streaming. Nothing can go right.
Go ahead and start talking. Oh,
Okay.
there's that one.
So we decided on something we didn't even mention last week. Howard the Duck.
Yep.
So this is issue number 1, 1976. This is not his first appearance. He appeared in some other ones. So I don't know his background at least. So I just know this one. And it says on the front cover, because you demanded it, the fabulous first issue of Marvel's most sensational new superstar. And also
Howard
Spider-Man.
the Duck.
And this issue's called Howard the Barbarian. And he looks a lot like Donald Duck.
Well, he's a duck.
Oh, and also content warning, this episode we'll talk about suicide because that's exactly how this one starts out. So I don't think...
I guess we have to talk about that, don't we? You have
Yeah.
to warn people.
Yeah.
Trigger warning.
Yep. So he doesn't look like Donald Duck in later ones, right? Does he just look like Donald Duck in the beginning ones? I mean, it's supposed to be obvious, right? Or am I just inferring that?
He does in the drawings kind of look like Donald Duck, but
Yeah.
with the coat and everything.
Right, because Donald Duck wears blue, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But Donald, yeah.
I
And
don't
he's
know.
got the yellow gloves on too.
He looks a lot like Donald Duck, and I didn't think in like when we see him portrayed in the later, like in the Marvel movies, he doesn't look like Donald Duck at all. I don't know. So he is contemplating suicide because twice he has saved the city of Cleveland. First from the man frogs and then from the hell cow. And he's been jailed and then also neglected. So I have no idea. Those happened in other episodes. So he's hanging out in the swamps of Cleveland.
No, this is the Cayuga River. And Kuya, I don't know how you pronounce it.
Yeah, I don't know how either.
Cuyahoga River. This river, no, this is in the 70s, but I think it was back in the 50s or 60s. This river caught on fire. It had so much pollution in it.
Ah, okay, all right.
So
Foreshadowing.
it's foreshadowing. Yes, foreshadowing. So, like you see all the shoe and the tin can and all that's because the river was like so disgustingly polluted back in the 60s before the Clean Water Act. It was actually one of the impetus for the Clean Water Act is like, we can't do this, can keep doing this. So
Howard the Duck is like, I'm gonna kill myself. He's like, maybe I shouldn't be so drastic. Maybe I'll just go for a little dip to calm down. Which, like, this river looks disgusting, and he like sticks his foot in and then gets slimed on it, and then he's mad. And it's like you couldn't tell that this place was like disgusting before you dipped your toe into it. So he's like, screw this, I don't want to live anymore. And he's like, I see this giant tower. I'm going to go climb up and jump off. Like, okay.
Which makes so much sense.
Yeah. And so he goes over there, and it's made of credit cards. Which was a little like, oh, okay, that's a lot of credit cards. So he climbs up and he hears somebody yelling for help, and it's a scantily clad, dressed woman in chains. Um, and he's like, "Well, I mean, I guess I'll save you. I didn't have any other plans. I was gonna kill myself." So, and suddenly there's a giant wolf in the room, and I actually thought it was pretty nice. He's like, I don't really want to kill the dog. He didn't do anything.
Right.
So I thought that was nice. And so he's trying to get this axe out of this log. And as he does, he like he like finally gets it and releases it. And it knocks down a chandelier onto the dog, who dies, but turns into a human. So it was a werewolf.
Oh, yeah.
And Howard's just like, oh my God, I'm going to get blamed for another, like, I'm going to get blamed for murder now. Like, this is going terrible. But a mysterious wizard shows up and he's like, oh, you don't got to worry about that, and like knocks him out. So I feel like Howard's maybe like a bad luck. He's a bad luck attractor. And we then cut to Peter Parker in that shirt, that yellow shirt, the pirate shirt. Were pirate shirts popular in the 70s?
Yes, that's actually yes.
Okay,
that's a shirt they would have worn.
okay.
That's a hippie shirt.
Okay, yeah, it's very yellow and it's very piratey looking. So J. Jonah Jameson's like, hey, I want you to go to this backwater Cleveland place and take pictures of a duck for me that can talk. Spider-Man's like, I guess so. I guess I need that money bad. And then we cut back to Howard the Duck, who's waking up. And now he's dressed scantily clad too, with the lady that he was trying to rescue.
At least he matches her.
Yeah. And he's been given a sword. And then it gets even better. So the wizard shows back up and he's like, I need you to guys go get something for me. Because this wizard wants to be, he's called Pro Rata. He wants to be the chief accountant of the universe. Which is like,
I'm just reading this and I'm thinking, Victoria needs to read this episode. She needs to read this.
And he needs the key to unlock the cosmic calculator so that he can collect the cosmic dividend by the tax due date, the audit date, the astral audit date. This is absolutely ridiculous and hilarious. So he throws Howard through a portal with the girl, and
of course
they end up in a nest. And he's like, "Hey, this is familiar, because I'm a duck, I guess." And Howard's like, "We should just get out of here." And she's like, "Oh no, we need to go get that key, or else we're never getting out of here." And he's like, "Okay, fine, whatever." And then some knight on some chicken zebra horse thing comes out of nowhere, and he's like, I'm going to kill that bird before it matures.
Right.
And Howard's like, yeah, no thanks. Please don't kill me. So he knocks him off his steed thing. And so, like, Howard has really bad luck, but I feel like in the end, it works out for him.
Yeah, right.
So maybe he has really good luck in the disguise of bad luck. And so, like, they both hop on this animal. They have no idea what it, like, they're in a different dimension or world or something.
Right.
And they go up to this tower that's made out of numbers. And there's some sleeping, like, stone golems inside. And so they walk past them. The girl's like, yeah, you know, this is creepy. Let's be quiet and not wake those things up. And she's like, oh, they're not guarding anything because it's a giant pit above spikes, and the key's just hanging there on display. So
how are we gonna get it?
Put your keys hanging over pits instead of like in this, I don't know, whatever. Anyways, he's like, oh dang it, we're doomed. We're never getting this. And he's like, man, I wish I really had a cigar. And this girl's like, well, lucky for you, I stuck your cigar in your scabbard.
And his matches. She brought the
And
cigar
matches.
and the matches.
Yeah. Like, they're forward thinking there. So he walks around smoking a cigar for a while, and he's like, oh, okay, I got it. And he throws his lit cigar at the little rope hanging the gem key above the pit of despair. And so they get it. She catches it with his helmet. And they're like, yay, we got it. Okay. And of course that wakes up the stone golems, so now they're in trouble.
Right. Now they're going to be chased after them.
Yeah.
Here
so
they
they're
go.
like, oh, we should run. And when they get outside, they're like, oh, we see that mature bird that other dude was talking about that we killed. And the giant crazy bird, dinosaur bird, dragon thing, attacks the golems, and they're hiding, and they're like, oh crap, we're gonna die. And they run off on their chicken steed zebra thing, and just as they're about to get caught, they dematerialize and get sucked through the dimension to the other place. Just as Spider-Man shows up in Cleveland. Yeah, great timing. The wizard's like, oh gosh, you need to give me that key so that I can get rid of this bird before it kills us all. And Howard's like, no, that's okay. Like, this is too important. I'm just gonna throw it away. And just as he throws it away, Spider-Man has caught a ride on a helicopter by Webb, which I appreciate, because a lot of people in the Marvel movies are like, he's just slinging webs into clouds or something. He's not like on anything. So they put a helicopter. And he's like, oh, let me catch that key. He's like, hey guys, did you drop this? And the wizard's like, okay, I'm gonna kill Spider-Man. And the duck's like, damn it, I gotta, ugh. So he throws his sword at the guy and knocks him off his spell so that it doesn't hit Spider-Man. Instead, it hits the water and sets it on fire because it's full of pollution.
That's right. I told you.
And Spider-Man's like, there's a lot going on, and I can't really take all this in. I guess I'm just gonna, take out this bird first, because it's like a giant scary bird. And Howard, the wizard's like, oh, I'm gonna still kill Spider-Man, and Howard's like, no, you're not. And so like Howard tackles them off the tower, and of course, as they fall towards the flaming river, Spider-Man saves Howard.
Right.
Because of course he does.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so he's like,
because the talking duck he's got to take a photograph of the talking duck.
Yeah. Does he take a photograph of him? I don't.
Well, I would assume he does before he goes. They
didn't show him taking a photo, but maybe he's sneaky. Who knows? So he's like, man, thanks for saving my life. You saved my life. He's like, this is weird. And Spider-Man says, gotta go now. Here comes my convenient helicopter. Conveniently flying by. And that's where we end. So, yeah. And the girl's like, what will you do now? Where will you go? And he's like, I don't know, but I could use a good cigar. The end.
Next time is the deadly space turn up. Webfoot meets Webhead. I like that line.
Yeah. So I thought this was pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. I don't think, having read this, I don't think they did the Howard the Duck movie justice. Because I remember watching the Howard Duck when it came out.
The movie didn't do the comic justice?
Yeah, the movie didn't do the comic justice because this character is a lot more funny than the one in the movie was.
Yeah. I like, even though it was ridiculous, it was like ridiculous in a way that made sense. Like, I was for it. Not like the other ones where I'm like pulled out like, this is dumb. This shouldn't have happened. Like, they're in a ridiculous situation, but they're making decisions that make sense for the characters to make. So
in that situation, I mean, Like the cosmic accountant. Okay, that's really ridiculous.
It is,
So,
yeah.
but
And
he's in a tower of credit cards, then that kind of makes sense,
right, yep.
because
And even and also the girl, which I forgot her name already, but she may be scantily clad in this whole thing, but she's like not stupid, and she's not like taken for granted. Like Howard treats her like a human being. She helps out in situations. She provides commentary. And so it was just like a breath of fresh air versus like
this is a
Hulk's
difference between
girlfriend. Yeah.
1976 and 1962.
Yeah.
A lot's changed
Yeah.
between
So the 50s and
1962.
60s where they're like, you're a girl, just shut up and sit down. We don't want to hear your
Right.
opinion. So that's a breath of fresh air that we're finally, I mean, she's still dressed in a bikini. But
Well, baby
it,
steps.
yeah, at
At least
least
she's not an idiot.
yeah, she's got a brain and she's not treated like, yeah, a
And she
terrible,
uses it and she does help and
yeah, yeah.
right.
So I liked it. I thought it was good.
Yeah, I kind of liked it too. Howard's amusing.
I feel like they threw Spider-Man in just to like try to get Spider-Man fans to read it or something. It was just such a weird thing. But it made sense. It still made sense. Like J. Jonah Jameson wanted a picture of a duck, and Spider-Man's like, "Oh, I guess so. Guess I'll go to Cleveland."
Guess I'll go get dog as I do.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, I liked it. I thought it was good.
Okay, we're gonna read the next one next week.
Yeah, we'll read the second issue too, the Deadly Space Turnip. That sounds great.
I wonder if they're gonna get a cow to help with this one. To eat the turnip.
There was a hell cow
Get a
mentioned. I don't know where that thing is.
Vegetarian thing. I don't know.
So, do we want to discuss what if now?
Yeah, I want to look up. Yeah, yeah, sure.
Sure.
We can what if? What if? What if?
What if? So this is spoilers. I mean,
The
words.
last two,
Yeah.
they kind of work together.
Yeah. So what if Ultron won? So it's like post-apocalypse. Ultron destroyed everything. And Black Widow and Hawkeye are trying to still fight for themselves, I guess, because everyone else is dead. Um, so yeah, he's got he has like Vision, like he took over Vision or something, and he's also Ultron, and then he also has the Infinity Gauntlet. So he's like super duper strong. He's got a bunch of robots that are flying around destroying anything that's left.
Everything that's left.
Yeah. And he killed like everybody on all of the planets.
Because the only way you can have peace is for everybody to be dead.
Yep. Yep. Captain Marvel tries to stop him. But he kills her too. Does he kill her? He must kill her. Or does he not? Or does he just leave her? I don't know. Maybe he kills her.
I thought he killed pretty much everyone.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. And then Hawkeye sacrifices himself so that
To save
Black Widow. So
yeah.
she can go on. And it's just like, oh, Marvel, just kill him off already, okay? I know you want to. Just do it. It's fine. And the Watcher realizes that Ultron becomes aware of the multiverse. And so the Watcher is like trying to escape him or stop him from crossing all the multiverses. And so we kind of leave it there.
Yeah, I didn't like that episode at all. But when you put it with the next one, it works okay.
Yeah. And Black Widow gets the AI from the Captain America and the Winter Soldier, or one of the Captain America movies. Zola is in the database and he's not hooked up to the internet, so that's why he's still safe and he's like super smart. And So Ultron begins trying to destroy the Watcher. So they have like an epic fight that goes on forever. And the Watcher's like, oh, you know what? I might have to do something. And so he goes to Doctor Strange, and he's like, I might have to do something. And Strange is like, please, I destroyed my whole universe for a girl. Like, let's just, whatever, break your oath. It's fine. And that's where that one ends.
Right. So he called in the troops. Called in Doctor Strange. There's only one left.
Yeah, I didn't really like that episode.
Didn't like it at all.
Mostly because I don't know.
It's just depressing.
Like,
you just killed everybody.
Yeah. And I feel that Black Widow and Hawkeye are just, I mean, they haven't been in so much stuff, but it's just like overdone. It's like, okay, I get it. They sacrifice themselves for each other all the time. Move on.
That's what they do. That's their thing.
Yeah. So, then that leads into the last episode. Right? Is this the last episode?
Yep.
Okay.
I think so. I don't think I have any more.
Yeah, because they cut one from this season to put into season 2. So, there was only 9. So, what if the Watcher broke his oath?
Well, he gets to stop Ultron from killing all the multiverses. Doesn't that answer the question?
Yeah. I mean, I think it makes pretty good sense that, like, you would break your oath because, like, what you kept alive is about to not exist at all anymore. So your oath kind of doesn't matter.
Right. You'll have, if you don't do something, you're not going to have anything to watch. So, yeah, you better do something.
Yeah. So in this one, the Watcher goes to all the multiverses we've been watching pretty much to gather up a multiverse Avenger or Guardians of the Galaxy, or the Guardians of the Multiverse or something. So he's got
Guardians of the Multiverse.
Yeah.
Right.
So he's got Doctor Strange, who he went to first, and then he takes T'Challa, who's the what's his name? He's the
Black
Peter
Panther
guy. No, but he's not Black Panther in this.
Oh.
He's Star-Lord.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And then he goes and gets Gamora. Okay, so the Gamora one we didn't see. And that's probably the one that was cut from season 1 and put into season 2. Probably because it has to do with a movie that hasn't released yet. So they didn't want to ruin anything. So he gets Gamora. But she doesn't do a whole bunch. She just has a machine that's supposed to destroy Infinity Stones. Then he takes Killmonger, who you're like, why did he take Killmonger? That seems like a bad choice. But I mean, he is the Watcher, so he knows everything. And
he knows who he needed to take.
Yeah, and he goes and gets Party Thor, which is great. I like Party Thor, and I really hope Party Thor is the one who's in Thor: Love and Thunder, because it's going to be really good. And he tells them they're the Guardians of the Multiverse. Oh, and he got Black Widow from the other one. And they got to figure out a plan real fast. And then they fight with Ultron for the rest of the thing, practically. Gamora's Infinity Stone Crusher doesn't work because it's only good in her universe.
That was kind of like, what?
Yeah, so that gets confusing because Ultron has Infinity Stones from one universe. Why are they working in other universes when the TVA from Loki's series told us that they only work in their own universe? And the proof that Gamora can't destroy them would back that. So This is one of those multiverse things that I don't understand. They shouldn't be working, I don't think.
Yeah, it's a logic fail there.
Yeah. Um, but Ultron's still super strong, and mostly it's just Doctor Strange keeping him at bay because he's got like shields up for everybody. Which I have to say, the scene I think where he puts the shields on them, I thought he picked up the yellow Mind Stone and swallowed it. Like, that's what the animation looked like to me, but I guess that's not what he did.
I thought so too. He must have swallowed something else.
Yeah, I was just like, did he just get that stone and eat it? But I guess not, because it was still on the ground. So I was a little confused by that. And really, I mean, I guess it was just a time waster, because they were fighting him, but nobody could get, like, a hit on him, because he's, like, the most powerful being in the multiverse. But then Strange opens the portal for the zombie episode, and all of the zombies fall, and Zombie Wanda's there, which, like, I really thought Zombie Wanda would be able to hold out against him for a long time, because she's, like, super powerful, but nope. Ultron can just pretty much, like, wipe the floor with anyone. And as they're fighting... Oh, I also forgot they got Captain Carter. I forgot because I don't like that story, and I don't like her character. But she's there fighting alongside Black Widow, she's friends with Black Widow in her universe, even though this isn't her Black Widow. So there's that whole thing going on. It's just a lot of fighting. But then, Black Widow has the AI of the guy and shoots it into Ultron to finally defeat him. But of course, then this villain bad guy,
Killmonger,
wants the power too. So he gets locked in a eternal battle now with Zola, who's in charge of Ultron's body. It's getting a little confusing.
They're both trying to get the Infinity Stones.
Yeah. So you have Zola in Ultron's body, and Zola's super smart. And then you have Killmonger, who also wants them. And Strange locks them in their own pocket dimension. And the Guardians save the day, which that seems all very precarious.
And they're gonna stay in that pocket dimension and not bother anybody.
Yeah. And Zola's like super smart, and he's also in the body of an all-powerful being. I feel like Killmonger wouldn't last long against him in the pocket dimension, and then he could probably think his way out of the pocket dimension. So anyways, that's where we're left off.
Just put the bad guys in a pocket dimension.
Yeah. So that's how it ended. What If is probably my least favorite Disney Plus series so far.
Yeah, I don't like it very much. It's like, can we just stick with the original stories?
It's like a couple were good, but overall, no. I feel like...
I like Party Thor.
Yes.
I liked Party Thor.
I like Party Thor, too. And I like the T'Challa Star-Lord episode. That was okay. But it seemed out of character for him. Seemed to stretch. So, I don't know. I didn't like it. I don't know when Hawkeye starts. When does Hawkeye start?
I don't know.
Did you get a chance to watch Black Widow? November 24th. We got a long time on that.
Oh, till Hawkeye starts?
Yeah.
No, I didn't watch because I had a bunch of stuff to do this past week. So
yeah.
I haven't
All right.
watched Black Widow yet.
So next week we will read Howard the Duck number 2, 1976. And we will not have a Marvel show to discuss.